Hello everybody and welcome to Everything Romance with Miss Joyful. Yay! Okay you guys, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about a few things that we don't want to talk about with our spouse, our boyfriend, or just friend. These are some of the things you don't want to talk about because you don't want to scare them away or make the situations very uncomfortable all the time, okay? These are some of the things we don't want to talk about. Okay, so with women, we know is we don't want them to hurt our feelings. For them is we don't want to bruise their egos. So these are some of the things that's going to have to keep the romance rolling and the love flowing. So these are things we don't want to do or say. Avoid talking about the exes. I know that seemed like it's you're so much like my ex, or don't talk about what your ex used to do for you or how your ex used to look, and don't compare nothing about your exes with your spouse or your boyfriend, okay? Just keep the exes in the past. That's where they are, okay, in the past. So avoid asking them questions about your weight. Guys hate hearing this over and over again. It almost shows a sign of low self-esteem, really. A guy really like a girl who is confident, and you can tell a confident girl from an unconfident girl. An unconfident girl is mostly about how she look, her weight, all of these things. A guy don't want to be in those uncomfortable situations. Us girls, we can talk about it all day. Guys don't like that too much, okay? So don't avoid that. So avoid talking about your weight. Another thing, don't ever say things like, oh, you remind me of a family member. Like either your father or your brother, or, okay, for a guy that's kind of creepy, in what way do I remind you of your father or a brother? For you, you're thinking, well, this is a good thing because I have good memories of my father and brother, maybe. For them, they probably think it's a little bit weird. Okay? So I guess we want to avoid that too. Another thing is we want to kind of avoid those questions of how you look. It kind of go around with that other one, am I fat? And no guy wants to say that because pretty soon they're going to start lying to you. So how do I look? Guys very uncomfortable with that. Does this dress fit me? Is this dress cute? How did my hair look? Don't set yourself up like that, okay? Because sometimes it can get really real, And with guys, they don't really know. So they're like, okay, that dress looked like the other 500 dress you had on, okay? So try to avoid the look thing. Because like I said, you want to seem more confident and sure yourself. So all the issues about how you look, your weight, stuff like that, really shows a lot of low self-esteem. Another thing is, don't say to them the dreaded thing, I have something to tell you. There's something I need to tell you. That is almost like a sure sign of dun 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 bad news, okay? They don't want to hear that that bad news thing, because the first thing they think in their mind, So you don't start off your conversations with that, or try to keep it positive as much as possible, especially if you're married or if you're just dating, because that positive thing, it flows. Negative stuff turns a good situation bad really quick, okay? So positive thoughts. Another thing I think guys don't like at all is the talking about their family members, whether it's their mother, their sister, your cousin didn't like me, and let me tell you what she did to me. Oh, turn off. They're gonna instantly turn off that. Okay, so because you don't know how he actually feel about his mother, sister, or cousin. Okay, so if you say they did something wrong to you, that could be another bad turn off. So you don't want that. Even when you're married, we never know really what our mates is thinking for like years and years into the marriage, and so those things can be a very bad turn off for the guys. Another thing is, please don't tell them to stop watching their sports. I know for a lot of married guys, that's the only outlet that they have. A lot of them don't have friends. A lot of them don't have social life. and tell them to stop watching their sport games and stuff like that. That is another big doozy. For guys who just dating you. Oh, I mean, I have seen some guys get violent about, them, talking about them games. I actually heard one of my co-workers one time at work. He said, I don't care if my girl come stand in front of a TV butt, naked. Like, I don't know. She got to move out the way. Don't mess with the football, Like, really, I mean, but it's some guys who are just so serious about that. It just makes them tick. So you don't want to mess with their games and their sports and stuff like that. Get into that. I know that's something I always do. Whenever my husband watching anything sporty, like, I don't care if it was boring as heck, I would just get into what he was into. Okay, so another one, number 9, I was like, don't talk about things like you don't value me enough. And each person or each guy, they have their own way of valuing you. So if you try to make them value you in your way, then that's another thing that can be a very, very big turnoff for them. You want them to value you in their own way, okay? So don't try to force them to value in a way that you specify, because it won't be them really valuing you. It will be you valuing you, okay? So let them do that in their own way, okay? And number 10, and the last thing, avoid that let's get married thing if you're not married. That freaks guys out. I mean, especially young guys. I mean, that's the least thing they want to think about is commitment. I remember when I even first got into college, I was 21. But I already know what I wanted. I didn't want to be messing around with a lot of booger bears. I just really, most women know what they want at an early age. Most guys, man, they're not thinking about, don't dare try to get them to marry you and to commit to you. Anything far as commitment to you, stay away from it. If you don't want to push them the heck away, stay away from those killer topics, okay? So those are my tips to you. Don't bruise his ego, whether you're dating or married, okay? So more topics coming your way from Ms. Joyful and Everything Romance. Okay, thank you for stopping in and listening. Bye-bye.